what are some of the biggest hurdles or challenges that you came up against, whether it was in your learning, to change your ways, or once you had changed your ways and applying some of those practices? Were there some, I guess I'm trying to identify, challenges and hurdles that you might have had and how you might have got around them, because there's a fair chance that they're what a lot of us have struck before. So, and I'd love for the viewers, especially the farming viewers, if they can see some reflection of what they're doing and what you've done, then let's not have them make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
If they can. Unless you want to make mistakes, it's great learning there, but it saves some time and money.
Yeah. Well, look, when we were in the north, finding a job was an issue that aligned with the way we thought country should be managed from an ecological perspective. And I think scale is used as an excuse too often.
So it won't work up here.
Too big, can't do that.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Knowing that there's plenty of places in North Queensland that are doing it on a large scale, and it does work.
Yes.
So that we couldn't. It was a bit beyond our control, I guess. I mean, we certainly looked in a lot of circles to try and find that opportunity. So that was one. The next one that comes to mind. Scale, and probably the most recent thing at home has been finding that balance between ecological improvement,
yes,
and livestock performance and profitability.
Yes, often one of those, I guess you call it a criticism of it, is that you just can't maintain kilos per day on animals, but I guess then people forget about kilos per hectare.
Correct, and that's what we're working towards. And to be completely honest, I mean, my talk tomorrow, I'll put some data up that from home, and our cattle performance has not been good, even on a kilos per hectare basis. So that at the present time, that's the one thing we want to address. The condition of our country is pretty good.
Yep.
We're seeing that ecological change. We're seeing some resilience develop in it. We're somewhat less affected by seasonality. But that's from a practical perspective with HM and particularly the high density, that's been a challenge. And just on the high density, we hadn't actually recognised until just recently how high density we were running. I suppose we, until you sit down and think about it, we're
so 80
up to 80 head per hectare. So we're
80 head and 100 by 100 metre square.
Yeah. So it's Terry talks about 6 to 8 head per hectare, 20 to 30 head per hectare, or 60 plus. They're sort of the three levels of density.
Maxing out.
And we are.
Yeah.
And so that, you've got to take that into account when we're trying to put kilos on cattle for sale cattle or whatever. We've got to be aware of that, and that's where the leader-follower mob really comes into play.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You put your next line of sale cattle in front of your follower mob, and they're performing, and your follower mob are landscape. So just recognising that and identifying that's a ways and means of getting around that little issue.
Stuart, changing the topic slightly, what about any books you could recommend people read? Any favourites you have?
Charles Massey, Call of the Red Warbler.
There you go.
It's a good
Charlie
start.
getting.
Hey?
It's a plug fest today. Yeah,
it's a tremendous book. That and particularly from a case study perspective, the amount of stories you can read in there of it working. Again, that's the validation that people seem to need to know that it does work.
Yep.
The other one I read just recently is a book called Extreme Ownership by someone Willink and Leaf. Anyway,
Google Extreme Ownership.
It's 2X SAS, SEALs.
Yes.
Navy SEALs. They recount a lot of that, and they've basically got 8 or 10 principles through the book. And for each principle, they've written a story about Afghanistan when they applied that principle.
Yep.
How you can, what that means as a person, how to sort of understand the principle, I suppose. And then they're now coaching corporate businesses in the US within a business using those same principles.
Yep. Well, corporate life can be a bit like a war sometimes, can't it?
That's it. Particularly around accountability, ownership, decision making. Like those, the early adoption of innovation, and the line that Russell West said that you can't afford not to.
That's right.
So if there's something that comes along, a new idea or a new innovation or something that you think has some worth, just try it, just start, just do something. Is always been the main thing.
Stuart, one last question. What advice might you give to a farmer who is thinking they might need to change, they'd like to change, there might be a push or a pull, they might be looking behind them going, I want to get away from what I'm currently doing, as Charlie Massey calls it, the sort of industrial mind, the mechanical sort of mind, that industrial ag, or they might be drawn, there might be a pull towards other opportunities and thinking there's something out there I should be doing. Is there any sort of couple of quick tips you can give people?
Definitely. Surround yourself with great people. Surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yeah.
You really, it's bloody hard if you're at the pub on a Friday night with the same people, week in, week out, and we're talking the same, having the same conversation. It is challenging.
Ends up in the one spot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's challenging to pull yourself away from that circle of influence. To take on some new ideas. That's where the kit days and any of those little field days are terrific.
Keep in touch days, that RCS put on, and others. Just on that, before we lose the train of thought there, I was involved with a group down near Burrawa in that southwest slopes, and we were generally RCS clients, but we just organised it ourselves, and just coming together every 3 months.
Yep.
One of the best days in every quarter.
Yep.
Just doing that. Informal, but so informal.
Yep. And particularly when it's it's not a mainstream system of management.
No.
It is a far healthier system of management from every perspective. Ecologically, people, animals, everything about the system is a lot healthier. So it takes, you've really got to remove yourself from that conventional circle and look outside the square and seek out people who are doing it, that you can get some validation that it's working. The door's always open at Wilmot. We're forever having field days and courses there. We love sharing a story about it. I think these videos are fantastic that you're doing, Charlie. But,
this one will go viral.
Yeah, sure. Start to put these sort of things out, because it's something I'm passionate about, and something particularly Al's passionate about is sharing the story of Wilmot.
Yes.
And the story.
It's a great story too.
A lot of it is around what we're the system of management. And Trish and I, one of our long-term dreams and goals and passions is in helping people, helping other people, and so when it's something that we're passionate about, it's very easy to help people with. And as a foundation for the whole thing, GFP is Grazing For Profit is I think that's a tremendous place to start. That plants the fundamentals and the seeds there to get you on the road.
Malcolm's back.
Hollywood.
Without pumping up Terry McCosker's tyres too much, it was a life-changing thing for me, and it wasn't just life-changing from a farming ag business point of view, but the principles and the holistic approach that you take, having done it, is changed lives. And as I mentioned to someone there before, early this morning, I have no doubt that it saved lives. Absolutely. Because it's that getting out of that mindset that there is no hope. Yeah. There is nothing more. I'm stuck in this situation, and it really is. As Terry says, breaking down paradigms, and paradigms can change in a second. There's a lot of lead up, there's a lot of due diligence and thinking, and ruminating on it. But it's that moment when that paradigm is broken and you start a new direction is literally life saving. So. And
the change in the businesses I've seen that have changed through that. When you think about the 4 fundamentals and the 3-legged plot,
yes,
ecology and the animals and the business and the people. It's the business and the people that are causing the most stress within a lot of those businesses. And one of the things that RCS has done so well is provide that mentoring service to and that ongoing support and service, I suppose it is, to help the people in the business, and then the business of the business, and then the animals, and then the soil, or whatever order. But typically, those really stressed businesses, it's people and the money that are the stress, causing the stress.
Yes, and not having the money, is often a as Charlie Massey says, that tension event. The banks on me, and then of course there's drought and all those other things. And, as one learns in GFP, if one of those legs,
Yep.
one of those three is wobbly,
Yep.
it's the people who suffer. It's the people who fall out of the pod.
And so fundamentally, the fact, one of the fundamental messages in there is decrease overhead. So that, when you start to dig into a business, if you can first start doing that, all of a sudden that starts to reduce a bit of the financial stress, and then you start to work with the people in the business. And then from there, once people have been helped and feel like they're having a bit of a win, then it becomes much easier. I'm sure Terry and Doug will attest, you can't help those who don't really help.
Exactly.
But when people come there, they clearly want to, they're seeking knowledge,
ready.
they're seeking information. That's right.
Yeah. And it's a wonderful network.
It is.
Blessed to have been involved. You're in the thick of it.
Yep.
Stuart, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Charlie.
Just make sure you are on
Right.
camera there. And fantastic story. As Stuart said, they've got a wonderful story and they're really transparent. And if I'm hoping I'm not out of school saying if they want to get in touch with you, how would they do that? If they want to chat, even if it's just like a 5-minute, get them over the line, come and have a look. See what you're doing.
Facebook.
Check out your grass-fed action.
Facebook would be the best place to start.
Wilmot.
Yep. No, me probably, Stuart Austin.
Yes.
The Wilmot website, Facebook page is in the pipeline.
Yes.
It's not there yet.
Yep.
But we are very open door. And we enjoy sharing the story and helping other people. And we can, demonstrate that the things work. And it's not just because we get all the rain.
I think it rains. No, it's not. Stuart, good on you.
Yeah, great, Charlie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, mate.